Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So today we are here with another video that is about Gestalt principle. Gestalt is a really important design principle and is many questions are asked on this principle in various exams like UCEED or CEED or NID, NIFT, etc. etc. So you need to know about this Gestalt principle in detail so that you can answer those questions and gain a good score. So let's get started. So first is Gestalt is a psychology term, and it is usually that people tend to organize visual elements into groups or unified wholes when certain principles are applied. So this is basically when you see a visual element, like it may be a logo or it may be a poster or anything like that. So you try to unify, you try to perceive it in into groups and organize into groups when certain principles are applied, and those principles over here we are talking about are Gestalt principles, of course. So there are some general rules about this Gestalt theory, so let's discuss it. So first is objects will be perceived in the simplest form. You don't need to complicate those things, you need to perceive them in the simplest form. That's the way you can actually find the idea behind it. The second is humans naturally follow lines or curves. I'll better describe it with an example in the further slides. And third is the mind will attempt to fill in detail that isn't actually there. So this sounds really interesting, and you'll discover it as you move on further in this video. I'll explain it with an examples. So over here I've made a short summary of what Gestalt principle is. So Gestalt principle is properly explained in this whole image. So here you can see every single letter of the word Gestalt has a reason behind it, has a meaning behind it, hidden meaning, which you need to know. So first is G. So over here you can, at the first sight you can understand that this is G, but if you actually see, this is not a closed figure. Over here there is some space and the G is not a complete G. So this is what our mind does. Our mind plays a game over here, and we kind of perceive it as a whole picture, as a whole letter, and we instantly say that this is a G. So this is what closure property of Gestalt principle is. So the picture may or may not be closed, but your brain fills in the detail and your brain actually sees what is the thing behind it. Now second is E. E stands for common fate. As you can see the letter E, from here you'd see all these three lines, they are of the same length, they are of the same size. So this actually denotes common fate. Common fate is what is denoted by E. Now third is S. S stands for continuation. So you can see a continuity over here. So this is what S stands for, continuation. Now next comes T. T, if you see the left hand and the right hand side, so you can probably see there is a similarity in both the sides if you cut it along this, if you cut it vertically. So this is what T stands for. T is for similarity. Now A, this is a really important part. A, you should focus on this more. So A is, like, you can see A over here, but if you probably see it a bit closely, so you can see there is a rocket shape, and you see it because you perceive the light blue color as a background and the dark blue color as a foreground, and you see a dark blue as a figure and light blue as a background. So this is what figure and ground is. One thing is considered as a figure and other thing is considered as ground. So this is what figure and ground is. This is quite tricky. This is quite when your mind plays with you. So this is what it is. So L, next comes L. L stands for proximity. So there is a probably it is differentiating, the colors are differentiating the figure, and this is what L is. L, the light blue color stands for L, and you take the dark blue color as the background. So again this is proximity. There is a proximity is here, over here is that tends to define a relationship between the elements which are in proximity with each other. And again last is T. T stands for again similarity. These are just for making the word Gestalt. Now let's come to first, that is continuation. So continuation occurs when I is compelled to move through one object and continue to another object. Let's see it with an example. So over here you can see the Amazon logo and the USA network. So first of all, I should tell you that this is used basically in typography logos. In the first, that is the Amazon logo, you can see that A to Z there is a connection which is being denoted by this arrow. So this is what continuation is. And in the second figure you can see that USA, S is again not a closed figure, not at all. There is just a hint of S, and your mind again plays with you and consider it as a S, and you read it as USA network. So this is what continuation is. The continuity is shown in this figure. Second is closure. Closure occurs when an element is incomplete or the space is not totally enclosed. So over here you can see the logo WWF and USA network. Again, I explained it to you already that S is not complete figure, S is not a closed figure, but still your mind reads it as USA. So this is what closure is. Now this is the best example for it you consider. So WWF, you considered it as a panda, but if you closely look, is this picture complete? No, not at all. This picture is incomplete. You see over here there is no closed line, there is no closed line over here, but still the enough shape is indicated or a hint is given, which is given over here, and your mind subconsciously fills in the missing information and you consider it as a panda. So this is what closure is. So now third is similarity. Similarity occurs when objects look similar to one another and the viewer tends to perceive them as a group or pattern. So here you can see that there is some similarity either in shape or in color or in texture or any other design element. So this is what similarity is. So this is just simple, you can easily understand it. I don't need any other explanation in this. Proximity is that it occurs when elements are placed close to each other. So over here you can see the Unilever logo. Like there are so many things if you consider it closely, there are so many things in this logo of U. The U shape is made out of so many things. So this is what the position of the elements help us to portray a relationship between the separate parts. And the Adidas logo, again there is a proximity between these three lines in the Adidas logo, which helps us to portray a relationship again. Now symmetry is that elements are symmetrical to each other and it tend to perceive in a unified group. Again you can see the Starbucks logo or the Nintendo Switch logo. So if you consider the left hand and the right hand, there is a symmetry on both the sides. So several symmetries can occur in a design. There may be more than one symmetries in a design. So figure and ground, this is most important as I told you earlier too. So the eye differentiates an object from its surrounding area. The former shape is perceived as figure and another is considered as a surrounding area and is perceived as ground. Let's see with an example. So if you see the first figure over here, if you don't know about pattern, you'll probably see only a yellow and a black color randomly filled over an area. But if you know what it is, then you will probably and surely see that there is a black pattern on a yellow background. So this is where your mind plays with you. This is where your mind actually fills in the details. This is where your mind actually considers one thing and perceives one thing as a background, another as a foreground, one thing as a figure and one thing as a ground. Over here you can see the Apple logo. If you closely look, you can surely see Steve Jobs in this logo. So you consider the black part or the Steve Jobs face part as a figure and the white part or the Apple logo as the ground. So this is where figure and ground comes into play. So this is all for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for sure, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you think that this video was helpful, share it with your friends, and also comment down below what all videos that you want from our channel. Thank you for watching.